So you saw the configurations. So we have local configurations like this, and then we have different window is running. So that one of the application is running. Then we'll show together. So let's stop applications. With the running applications, and then we'll go to the windows, like how can you create the jar files, standalone jar files out of your applications. And so see the applications here, the very straightforward application, the configuration with the Swagger UI and configurations, and also the Flyway, the database migration script is there. So all the migration, all the pre-generated tables is created, and initial release kit and the second version of the sequence creation of your database. And then it have a application.yml file, all the connectivity, standard connectivity with your standard jar-based deployment process. It has a local host here in the local host database. It has the database names and username, password, and so on and so forth. And it has the annotations like we are using the Flyway, the data migration tools, but we won't use anymore the Hibernate to create the schema. If you set it here, the JPA Hibernate DDL also is a create, update, delete, create, update, then it will create the script itself into your applications. Into cabinet will create the your application. So you simply here to put out here the validate. Validate means Hibernate don't create the new schema, and then the Flyway tools will create automatically the schema you find schemas creations. We already did it like that way. And if you go to the how can you integrate the Flyway and Liquibase in the form.xml file, this is the part. How can you integrate the Flyway database migration tool? So only two dependency injected in the files, and then there is the how can you integrate the Swagger tool UI to write or to implement the UIs. You REST API documentation or generate the UI from out of your REST API. That's the idea to use this. So this is the migration tool, the Flyway migration tool, the dependency, and this is the Swagger UI. How can we document the REST API? So we create already the one versions out of your commands. That's what we saw. That's why you can simply write down your commands like here. Commands like I can just here limit, and then we can write down the very simple the mbn clean install we skip the installation versions. We already did it, and it's created the versions, and after the creating the version, you just simply copy the use standalone jar files into the your configuration directory. So what we did, just like we put the copy paste the configuration directory into the files, and then we put it here the configuration. You saw there is a different versions. So version number 1.2.3, 2, 3, and 4 and 7s. We are running the version of 7s. If you follow the exactly the same configuration files, what we have it here, so you can open the notepad or write down a simple notepad. So we see how it is works. So we set it here as the CMD file, the command form. We set the environmental variables here. So you see the where is Java located is not required, but optionally you can set it here. So we have this which port the server is running. So 3020 and localhost. As an application is running localhost. If you have a application is running into the the local host, and they can also running the service name and service version number. This is the version numbers, and also the Spring Boot profile active, which profile we try to activate because we are using the Spring Boot profiling concept, like the multi documents, the application, the YAML file. If you go to the application, the YAML file, exactly what we are expecting. So if the application has a 2020 num port, we are overwriting this one. That's how I said into the environmental settings. overwriting approach. You see the application is ported to 2020, but we are overwriting the port number 3030. Exactly the same thing. You need to be overwrite where you need to install the application. Is installing the application into the any machine, any part of the world. Just you need to be put the IP address and then available port number for those machines or these machines or those machines, and you put it the version number, which version you are running. Then if you have a new version, you can simply change 9, 10, or what version you are. So at the moment we are running the version number 8, I think so. We are running the version number 8. So that means we put it in the development environments. If you set it production, so or test or QA release, depending on which flag you set it into your application, the YAML files, and just it automatically sets a profile productions. It has a profile test. It sets a profile for you. So depending, just you need to be very simple, straightforward, external, really professional external configuration. We set the database URL. We set it here the placeholders, and then it's database name, username, and password of the database. And after that, we just very straightforward the commands. Just we call the environmental setting that we define here, and then we set the path variables for the Java, and then we set it the standard Java.jar, Java.jar, and then so on and so forth. This is very straightforward. We set the environmental variables, and then the installation team or deployment team just simply change the values that you need to be set. Maybe they need the database, they need the port, the IP address. This is the professional example. They need to install the application into the test and then production or release somewhere, and they need to be changed the database and username. And this just the installation team, or you are the full stack developer, but you are working as a small company, then you are responsible to change it and deploy the application with hundreds of machines where they need to install the end client machines, and then you have to do this yourself. That's the idea of what we professionally handle these things. So, and then after that, you have installations like that. So you see all the standard Java.jar commands. We set the values, and then all the values is overwritten. What is written here? Exactly the overwritten parts, what you need to be changed and what will be done. So then after when you change it, you put it your values, the changes values, your new versions, your database connectivity, your IP address, and then IP port, and then after that you run the application. So we can go to the directory. So we are in the directory. You see the descriptions. So the description. We are in the directory. Then we need to simply run the start, the CMD file that we have in the start.java, start.service that we define as need to be run the service. So that is code. So it has a different window to run, but we don't need to be run in different window. Same way we can also run, but we put it the same. So you see the application, what we are looking for. The application is running the development environment, that we have it here already, and also the applications. As you see, the application is running development environments. It is putting all the Flyway, the database migration, and also all the table creations, all the schema creation, and maintaining the schema versions. And you see the application is running 30 port numbers. So everything what we are expecting to properly handle the applications. So, and then let's application, if this application running, we can check the applications, the health conditions, and then so on and so forth. If I go to the Postman, and the Postman, you see you can check also the application health conditions. You can check actuator, because it is application. You can see the Swagger UI. Also we are. Let's see what's happening. What's happening here? So we see the actuator health information. We see the actuator information if its application is running, and then we see we allocated the Postman globally set is